Hello again from my front porch. I am here again with my good friend Pizza Steve Roberts, and we're here at the Pi 5 restaurant in Ankeny, Iowa, which of course, as you know, one of my absolute favorite places has become over the last, 3 years or so. Or,
Going on for 4, yeah.
You love it tremendously. Sadly, this will probably be the last time I get to talk to you from the Pi 5 restaurant here in Ankeny, because there's stuff going on. There are changes in the air. Some of them bittersweet changes, but in the end, I think it's going to be exciting changes.
Yeah, it's a good move for our family, I think. I mean, it's real sad, and you got to take what do they say? You got to take the good out of the bad, or whatever.
The good with the bad, or
the bad,
yeah.
However you want to say that.
So what's happening for those of you who may not know is it end of this week?
Saturday. Saturday, or
okay.
when we run out of product.
Yeah. So Pi 5 here in Ankeny is closing. As you know, in the past, we've talked about the financial struggles of trying to stay in business. And you said in order for you to stay open, you had to make how much a month?
To break even, $35,000
$35,000
a month,
which prior to COVID
was very easy.
Wasn't a problem, but then COVID came, knocked the legs out, not just from Pi 5, but a lot of businesses. Then even now that the restrictions have been pulled back, people's habits have changed and lifestyles have changed. Plus, you've had some other things. You used to host a car show here, and that brought in a lot of people, but it also brought complaints and issues from some other stores around, other residences.
Those were $3,000 nights for me.
Yeah.
And before
it would help.
Yeah, before COVID, when we're talking numbers, a month I used to hit between 40, 45.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
So COVID clearly has been a major factor.
Yeah.
But people have been retrained so that when the restrictions are lifted, we didn't just all go back to doing what we were doing before.
Yeah.
And so you have not seen the resurgence back, and it's been a struggle.
It's been a struggle. Unless I do a video or let people know I'm struggling, and then they'll come in and help, which I 100% appreciate.
Yeah.
While we're talking about that, the COVID stuff, my wife sent me a text message yesterday, and she was reading the newspaper, and she says, and people wonder why restaurants are closing. And the headline said, experts say to order delivery only to help save your lives. Well, delivery takes 20-some% of my sales.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that too, because there are other restaurants I've talked to where they say the problem with there's convenience in the delivery things.
Yeah,
absolutely,
sure.
and I don't mean to speak bad about delivery services, but they take a cut. They take a percentage, and people don't realize that you think you're still supporting your local restaurants by ordering to have it delivered, and you are somewhat. But not as much as if you just ordered it for pickup and you just came in and grabbed yourself.
Especially for me, because DoorDash gets 24% of my sale, and then my franchise gets 1%.
Yep.
So I'm getting hit twice.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing that I've heard come up before, not just about Pi 5, but other, where people say, well, but it's not like that's a local place. It's a corporation, and the corporation takes care of. No. There are corporate-owned stores for chains and stuff,
yes,
but then there are franchise stores, which is what you are here. And what a franchise means is you've got local guy Steve and his local employees that he pays, and his local business that he runs, and then he pays this 20-25% to Pi 5 to get to use their name and their products and their ingredients and play off. But he actually has to pay them to use them. They don't support him the other way around.
They take approximately, if we do a $10,000 or $11,000 a week, they'll take about $1,000 now. So it's almost 10%. Right?
Well, and obviously they deserve something for their name and stuff. But if you had been able to keep that money, that would have made a difference.
$4,000 a month.
Yeah. But anyway, bottom line is, sadly, and I really mean that. I am sad because this is my favorite food destination. Not just because it's magnificently wonderful food, but it's also convenient. I mean, literally, I live just down the street, relatively speaking, and it's close and it's quick, and I work from home, and so when I'm home, I office out of my house, so I want to grab a quick lunch, right up to Pi 5, and there's this variety, so it's really great.
And I like what you said. You're working from home, but you still come in, and that's been a huge killer for us. Is everybody working from home? And I get it. You're at home. Why are you going to go out and spend money? I get it. I do.
Well, for me, it's good to just get up, step away from my computer screen,
right? Little break,
get some fresh air. But and I'm going to say this: this is not Pizza Steve. I have not cleared this with it. This is Paul speaking, because I really am bummed that Pi 5 is closing. And when I posted initially online the news that this is happening, there are other people who know how much I really love this place. And I got these messages from people saying things like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that's closing. It is a good place. I really like it. I haven't been there in quite a while, but I really like it." And for me personally, from Paul, I want to reach through the screen and slap you. Because if you actually had come more often, maybe he wouldn't be closing.
And that's the thing.
He didn't say that. That's me.
We do appreciate it. Either way, we do. We do appreciate it. But a good friend of mine.
I don't.
I hear you. A good friend of mine was just in here not too long ago. Zips, who we talked about. He owns that restaurant out in Adair, and he tagged me in a post because he was in here, and he's like, "Where's these people been the past 12 months?" The dude tells you you're closing, and you guys come in. And I'm like, dude, stop, because I don't want to piss people off. I need those people to come in because I got bills still to pay, and I want to leave here on good terms with everybody, right?
Well, see, and that's because Pizza Steve is a great guy.
I do not want to owe anybody no money when I leave here, but it is what it is.
And it is interesting because I was in the other day here, and there was lots of people, big line, and everyone's like, I kind of remember coming into Pi 5 and it being that way before COVID.
All the time.
That's the way it always was.
Every day.
But then in the last year here, especially year and a half, it's been like
this.
But for the record, he's not open yet. I'm here before he's open. But it would be like this, where I might be the only person in the place. Now there might be some other people coming and getting the to go or something here and there, but that was so it's just it is unfortunate, and it's kind of like this is a bad comparison. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's accurate. But you go to someone's funeral, and everybody's saying, "Oh, I really love this person. They're so great." And how many of us actually said any of that stuff to them while they were alive?
Sure.
We wait until it's too late.
Yep.
And then we show our outpouring of love and support. Well, unfortunately, it's too late for Pi 5 and Ankeny.
It is.
However, if you have other places that you really like, but you just haven't been there for a while, go. Because otherwise, they may face the same fate.
Believe me, yes. Not to cut you off. I know as a business owner, because a lot of people are not like me. They don't like to talk numbers. They don't like to be depressing, whatever you want to call it. But they are struggling. There's a lot of businesses in this town that are struggling, changing their hours, not open, Monday or Tuesday, and they've been around way longer than I have, right? I mean, so they've established a name for 20 years.
Yeah.
And they are struggling, guys. So you guys need to get out as much as you can.
You need to get out, and not only do you need to get out, but you need to have understanding and patience as well.
Yeah.
You need to recognize that just as the world has changed for the provider, the service provider, the world has also changed for your experience as the customer. You cannot go in and expect pre-COVID treatment in a post-COVID world. That's just unrealistic.
And I was so blessed with all our people that were in here the other day, all our guests, because they said, because I was running, me, I can't stop. I'm everywhere. And they're like, dude, slow down. It's okay. We know we got to wait. I'm like, that's not me, though. I want to get you guys through here, So even though we're closing, we're still going to treat you the same, man. It is.
Well, and so with this love and support that Pizza Steve gets, and with his commitment to taking care of people, and with the quality of product that Pizza Steve Roberts provides, is there anything else that you'd like to share, Steve?
My boys have a huge opportunity to take over a restaurant. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to try to stay out of it, but I'm helping them get it going. And they're going to be, hopefully, the boys and my nephew We'll be opening up a restaurant out in the old town where I grew up, in Redfield, Iowa.
How far is Redfield from
It's
Ankeny?
about 35 minutes from here. The best way to go now is on the interstate.
Yeah.
Because you go through Waukee, you got all the stoplights.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about 35 minutes, 40 minutes.
I know people who go to Dexter for the Rusty Duck.
Rusty Duck,
You know, and
yeah.
so you know, hey, I don't even know anything about this place yet, but knowing who's involved, it's worth it.
Right. Yeah. The bike trail goes through there. There's a big snowmobile club that goes through there quite a bit. You got the Bonnie and Clyde memorial out there where Clyde's brother got shot.
Yeah.
Where they stole from
history.
A lot of history out there. Hanging Rock. They've done a beautiful job out there. Hanging Rock, fixing that place up. You got the band. So a lot of history in between them towns too.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try to do all their marketing and stuff for them.
So Joel, I assume, will be involved with this.
Yes, Joel will be involved.
Joel, who has experience of having helped launch Pi Fives out in Oregon, out on the West Coast.
Yep.
So not an amateur, not new to this business.
No, we got lucky. There's a gentleman out there. His name is Arjo Smith. Has a restaurant out there. There you go, the name, right? And he's given the boys an opportunity to own it.
To start that place up,
and
start it good,
and own it.
And you want to have a franchise fee there.
No franchise fee there. No, and then like I said,
do you know the name of the place yet?
It's called the Dexfield Diner and Pub.
Are you going to rename it?
It's going to stay that until Joel and them decide that we're doing a year. Well, I say they are doing a year lease with the gentleman, and if it doesn't work out because I told them, I'm like, you guys can't just go in there and jump in there and do it. You got to give yourself a year to make sure it's going to work, or you end up like Dad. You end up like me. But
they don't want that.
No, we do not want that. But they're very excited, and so the first year. It'll be a lease deal, and then after that, hopefully they can purchase it. And then Jackson, my middle son, is real excited because there's a building next to it too that comes with it, and he's looking to do like a retro arcade in there. So
wow, it's gonna be.
So
you're gonna have quite the plaza.
Yep. I'm just gonna do their marketing. That's it. I'll be the face and get them in there.
Will they be selling mushrooms?
I can't I?
Yeah, you can.
I can sell mushrooms.
Because the other thing
there we go.
A lot of people know this, but not everybody, and maybe not everybody who watches. I mean, the 3 or 4 people who watch what I put together. But not only is he Pizza Steve Roberts, but he's Mr. Mushroom.
Yeah.
Actually, what name do you use for mushroom?
It's Iowa Morel Report is the page.
Yeah.
But they call there's a Mushroom King out there, but they call me the Mushroom King around here. But I'm sure there's guys that will argue with that. But I have fun with it. I love it. I get to meet people.
But now that you won't be under the Pi 5 umbrella, you can actually.
And I know a lot of spots out in Redfield where I grew up.
Yeah, see. So if you're a mushroom person and you like mushrooms, you may be seeing something that come out of that soon
there
too.
You go. Yeah. Well, thank you for reminding me.
Hey, I'm happy to help.
That's right. That's right.
Now, of course, I have one. This is the one question that determines the success or failure of this new adventure. Will you have cauliflower crust in your pizza?
Yes, it'll be.
All right, it's going to win. All right, good.
Yep. Joel said there will be cauliflower.
That's good. All right, yes.
You're in.
All right. Well, honestly, this has been fun. I should have had you because I know that you were able to keep the records. I should have had you tell me how
I'm not telling you how much money you spent. I'm not because you'll be going like this. Like, man, I did love this place. But I can't. I'll do that. You know what? I'll do that. I'll look because it can show me how many times you've been here.
Yeah. Well, it's I was thinking like those bonus amounts because Pi 5 has this app that for every dollar you spend you get a point, and when you get 100 points it equals $10, and then you can use that for bonus. I was just curious how much of the bonus amounts I've spent because every $10 bonus would have meant $100.
You know what? Well, I'll look that up and I'll print it off for you before you leave. But we got to shred it because we don't want nobody else seeing that.
Yeah, I won't. You won't know. I won't tell you. But I'm curious.
Yeah. They say on that app, and that's why a lot of people get the apps because there are deals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what I want to say it was like $2,000 to $3,000 a year that people spend if they have that app. You know, an average of 1,200.
Well, I can understand that because the app does. I mean, it's more than just a place where you gather the points and stuff.
Yeah.
Although there's a motivation for that. But you know, and so then when I see things like it's double point day or triple point day, it's like whoa, bang, all right, you know. But you also, it also notified about specials and deals and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it was a way to communicate with our guests too. If we messed your order up, we could comp you through that. So.
And by the way, on that topic, I do want to also mention that I've been to lots of restaurants where they screw up and they don't get the order right, or the service is less than what you would expect. That I've seen that plenty of times. It is a little less common. In fact, I would say quite a bit less common for the place to be so willing to bend over backwards to make right anything that's wrong. I've watched this guy and his staff no question, somebody comes up and says this pizza isn't right and it is supposed to have this and that, and they say, okay, well keep that one, we'll throw another one in for you. You know, and it's just the default setting. So then it's a little bit frustrating. Again, I'm not invested here. I'm not a partner. I don't have any skin in the game, but I love the place. But it's a little frustrating then when I see that somebody posts something, you know, nasty online. We went there and this was this problem, blah, 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 blah. And they go to social media and post that, about that, never having said anything to you or to somebody here. Because if they would have just said something to you, you would have taken care of them.
And that's the way with a lot. I really think that's a lot of places here in town are like that. You know, if you would just go directly to them, you know, if it's legit or whatever, you know, they're gonna take care of you. You know, I saw Portofino's over down the road.
Yeah.
We've never had really a bad experience there. You know, there's a time where the food wasn't the same as before.
Yeah.
But so be it. I went
it's
home.
Not McDonald's.
I went home and then we went back again and it was better than that last time. But I didn't get on there and like, oh my God, I went here and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Just, you know, and if it is bad, just go to the manager or the owner, you know. I mean, just live and learn, man. There's a lot of things that...
Understand that restaurant staff are people too.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Steve, I know you got stuff. You got to get ready for the day. You're about to crack open the doors, and the mob will descend yet again. Has it ever, since you announced, has it been constant?
Yes,
busy?
it's been the I-5 way.
And the way it used to be before COVID.
Used to be, you know. And again, I'm not scared to say my numbers, right? You guys are what help pay my bills. So I mean, it's nice for you because you're like, oh, so I didn't know you were going to.
Yeah.
So. You know, I used to wake up Monday mornings, and I knew everything was fine during pre-COVID. Because my weekends, I'd make about $8,000.
Wow.
You know, and now.
So when you're averaging over the course of the weekend carries
alone.
slower days.
Oh, the weekend, the weekend carries, and I've never had to worry till COVID, right? But now I wake up and sometimes it's in the red. You know, it's like, because but it is what it is, man. And I just keep coming in, and it's. I mean, a lot of good things have come out of this. Like this gentleman here, like, you know, a good friend of ours.
Christy Joe, his wife, says, you know, our bromance.
Our bromance. So a lot of good things have come out of here. You know, a lot.
Agreed.
So
now Redfield will be a little farther away to go enjoy the work of the Roberts boys, but I predict it will be worth it.
I'm excited for them. I mean,
Hey,
what a great
guys, Joel back there.
Joel,
hey, Joel, come here. Come here, Joel. We were saying bad things, and we were talking about you. So this is Joel. This is his oldest son, Joel. This is the superstar that was out in Oregon helping launch stuff, and is now going to be helping to drive what's happening with his new venture.
It's theirs. I'm not. It's theirs.
It is. It might get a little confusing because he's probably going to be the face because he'll be doing marketing and all of his little promo stuff. But the actual work.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted, right?
Yeah, the actual work is he. Well, how's that different from
Me
you?
and Jeff. It'll be fun. I got a menu in mind, and he likes everything on it. So.
Good. I confirmed you're going to have cauliflower crust pizza, so we know it's going to succeed. So.
We'll be
That
good.
it will.
All right. Well, again, you guys got to get ready for the day.
Yes,
so with that, Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure, Pi 5, and now we look forward to seeing what happens for you over in Redfield as well.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The ongoing continued success of the Roberts Boys and Pizza Steve.
There we go.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
See you next time from my front porch.